All over the world, there are many impressive buildings and structures that have been made for a variety of reasons. Some are meant to be tourist attractions, others are sporting venues, some are business related, and so on and so forth. But what is just as impressive as their sizes or even their shapes is their costs. Some of the buildings you sometimes see every day cost $1 billion or more, and you may not even realize it. Given that, allow us to show you 9 of the most expensive buildings ever constructed. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
Number 9. Wembley Stadium. Wembley Stadium is a place that has history all its own over the years. It's housed numerous sports leagues, including the English Football League. It was a staple in many major world events, including the legendary Live Aid concert that happened in 1985 and featured the epic performance by Queen, which was recreated nearly point for point in the film Bohemian Rhapsody. But then, in 2007, the new version of Wembley Stadium opened up, and it actually opened up on the very grounds that the original one was on. The updated stadium can hold an incredible 90,000 people. It is the largest sports arena and stadium in England, and is second in Europe only to Camp Nou in Spain. Though football and soccer is what the stadium is known for the most, the people who own it have allowed other various sports to be a part of the stadium. This includes rugby matches, boxing matches, and in recent years, the NFL have brought some of their games to Wembley. The building cost was $1 billion in modern currency, but given their numerous times using it, they've likely made their money back and then some. Number 8. Yankee Stadium. When it comes to famous baseball stadiums, the original Yankee Stadium was a literal living history of baseball, and it is what housed the original Yankees from 1923 to 2010. After it came down, a new Yankee Stadium was put in its place, and it was very expensive to do. In fact, it's so large and grand that it is in fact the most expensive sports stadium in the world today that is used exclusively for sports, or at the very least mostly sports. Ironically, it actually brought in many design elements from the original stadium, no doubt to please the older fans while also making it appealing to up-and-coming ones. The stadium can hold over 54,000 people, which is good because the Yankees are the most popular team in all of baseball, and some might even say all of sports. After going up in 2009, the Yankees have made the playoffs multiple times, and even made it to the ALCS in 2017. Its biggest accomplishment, though, is that in its debut season, the Yankees won the World Series. The cost of the building in full was $2.3 billion. You ask a Yankee fan about that price, they'll tell you that it's worth it every time. Number 7. One World Trade Center. For the United States, one date that will continue to live in infamy forever is that of September 11th, 2001, for that is the day that the World Trade Centers fell. It was a very dark time, especially when people looked to where the towers were and couldn't see them anymore. However, they didn't dwell on it for too long, as the United States decided to honor and rebuild among the original site of the Twin Towers. Thus was born the One World Trade Center in 2013. Much like the original Twin Towers, One World Trade Center is full of things like offices and economic centers, to a museum, a hub of transportation, and more. The height of the building is 1,776 feet, which is not only taller than the original towers, but is a symbol of the freedom that America earned during its revolution. One World Trade Center cost $3.8 billion to make, but that cost barely reflects the emotional and mental payoff that it gives to those who see it. Number 6. Emirates Palace, Abu Dhabi, UAE. At 850,000 square meters, the Emirates Palace in Abu Dhabi serves many functions, but one of the most important ones is being the official guest palace of the government, but it is also a luxury hotel for the record. Now, the building itself was designed by British architect John Elliott, who worked with the Abu Dhabi government to create a place that would show off Arabian culture in both modern and classic ways. In terms of rooms, there are nearly 400 suites, and many of them actually have gold and the purest marble in them. Now, the palace has been featured in movies and more since its opening, and in total, this palace cost $3.9 billion. Number 5. The Cosmopolitan, Las Vegas. This legendary building is both a hotel, a resort, and a casino, which is what you would expect from a large building in Las Vegas. The hotel itself has rooms nearing 3,000, and when you head to the casino, you'll find 110,000 feet of space that you can spend your money in, and that is just one of the casinos. There's also a casino near a spa, the two of which take up 40,000 square feet of space. There are also plenty of shops and restaurants to fill the place. Las Vegas hotels are known to be grand, but the Cosmopolitan has earned its reputation as being one of the best around, as it earned the title of the world's best hotel back in 2013. Also, a feat was its cost, $3.9 billion. Again though, given how active the place is, it likely made its money back. Number 4, Apple Park. This is a building that only opened in 2017 and is now the headquarters of Apple Inc., one of the biggest tech companies in the world today. You'll find it located at 1 Apple Park Way in Cupertino, California. What will grab you instantly is that it is a perfect circle. This was actually the idea of Apple founder and legend Steve Jobs. He didn't want a building that was like all the others. He wanted it to look more like a nature refuge. So thus, on the outside and inner circle of the building are a lot of trees. At present, there are about 12,000 employees working in Apple Park, and just the R&D, research and development facilities hold around 2,000 people. The employees have access to numerous cafes, wellness centers, the ability to walk and cycle around the building, and much more. It's also a place where the press and media can come to hear about new reveals, all of which are done at the Steve Jobs Theater. Apple Park cost about $5 billion to make. Number 3, Marina Bay Sands, Singapore. The Marina Bay Sands in the land of Singapore has a massive hotel that has many things that you need to experience for yourself. They have an infinity pool that is actually 57 floors up. This view allows you to see Singapore in a totally unique way. Then once you are done swimming, there are numerous lounge options for you just outside the infinity pool, including being able to rest under the shade of a palm tree. The hotel itself has over 2,500 rooms for people to stay in, and it also has a massive convention center for people to host meetings and conferences in. You can also find 2 big theaters, a museum, several restaurants, a skating rink, 2 floating crystal pavilions, a 340-meter-long sky park, and many more additions since the hotel went live in 2011. The building took $5.5 billion to make. Number 2, Resorts World Sentosa, Singapore. The Resorts World Sentosa was built to be an attraction to all who came to it. There are numerous hotels in the resort that you can stay at. Then, when you want to go and have some fun, the resort offers you casinos, Adventure Cove Water Park, SEA Aquarium, and the Universal Studios theme park, among other things. Fun fact, it was opened only 34 months after construction first started. Granted, it wasn't a full opening, but hey, that is still impressive. In fact, tickets to the theme park actually sold out within 2 days of going live, and business has been booming ever since. The building cost an incredible $6.5 billion to complete. Number 1, Abraj Al Bait, Mecca, Saudi Arabia. The Abraj Al Bait is not technically one building, but rather it is a set of buildings that comprise one building, and it cost a lot of money to make it that way. The building itself wasn't built out of vanity, showmanship, or even greed. Rather, it was part of the King Abdulaziz Endowment Project. This project was started to help modernize Saudi Arabia in numerous ways, and through that help the people who come to the nation. With Abraj Al Bait, it was made to actually house people who would venture to Mecca every year on pilgrimage. The main building is actually a hotel, but it is also a clock tower that is actually one of the biggest and tallest ones in the world, as the clock is 1,300 feet from the ground up. As stated, this complex was made to help those on pilgrimage. To that end, it was built right next to Masjid al-Haram, which is the most sacred religious spot in all of Saudi Arabia. In total, the entire cost for construction of the building was about $15 billion. That is a lot of money, but considering how it helps people, worth it. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at some of the most expensive buildings ever made? Have you seen some of these buildings up close? Do they look like they're worth the prices given? Does hearing about their costs make you want to go and see them someday? Do you know of other expensive buildings that could very easily be on this list? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.